Well, it's taken Robinhood investors 5.5 hours to at least start realizing that good news is actually good news. Shares of the brokerage app are still down about 2.25%, but coming off the lows of the session, putting much of this morning's sell-off in the rearview mirror. The good news came courtesy of the Securities and Exchange Commission, which announced on its website it has closed its investigation into the company's crypto business with no enforcement action. Now, back in May, the SEC from the previous administration warned Robinhood that it could be in trouble due to its staking business, where customers can earn rewards by putting their crypto to work on a blockchain in exchange for potential, let's call them gifts, like more crypto rewards. Then SEC Chair Gary Gensler said, that's a security and you're not supposed to be doing that. But today, government's posture towards crypto has changed since President Trump took office. And nonetheless, we still are looking at Bitcoin moving lower at the moment. You know, a little bit of confidence shaken there. But that comes in part because of criminal activity that has just come to pass. We should look at Ether at the moment. After plunging on Friday when hackers stole $1.5 billion worth of Ether from a crypto exchange called Bybit, Ether is recovering at the moment. Right? It's standing at 2,647, up 0.25%. The company's CEO says it fully replaced all the stolen assets. That could have something to do with how Ether is stabilized. But how does this hack bode for the sector? How was it done, especially when the new administration wants to make the U.S. the crypto capital of the world? Joining us now in a Fox Business exclusive, Checkpoint Software Technologies CEO Nadav Zafrir. He is the new CEO. Congratulations, Nadav. Let's just get right to it here. I'm very interested to know, because you put out a statement on the Bybit hack. What have you learned from it? How did they do that?
Hi, Liz. Thanks for having me. So, look, I mean, Web3 and the ability to move assets by leveraging blockchain is actually an opportunity. But attackers are always going to go after where the money is. And so if we're moving assets to a cryptocurrency, whether it's hot wallets, cold wallets, we are going to see attackers taking advantage of that. We're following closely. We did see hints in this in our research team at Checkpoint over the last summer. So we're going to look further into it and see what could be done to protect, to have better protection in the future.
Okay, I was reading your report on this, and you had put out the statement, and you said it shows a new phase of attack methods featuring advanced techniques that manipulate user interfaces. What does that even mean in plain English? How did they manipulate people's user interfaces? And what does Checkpoint do to prevent something like this? Because these guys are getting much more sophisticated.
Yeah, look, as a general phenomena, our networks are becoming more and more complex as they become hyper-connected. And, you know, if I try to imagine what these days look like from the attacker's perspective, in many ways, and I'm sorry to say this, it's almost Disneyland for attackers, because they can now harness the power of AI to be more sophisticated, more at scale, and raise their ROI. And this is just another example of how our attack surface is blowing up, becoming more and more sophisticated, and letting attackers find new ways to attack new capabilities in our networks. And so at Checkpoint, the way we're looking at this is, first of all, prevention. We call this the hybrid mesh network, and we're creating a platform to protect that.
Let's look at the state actors who are out there, and it should surprise nobody that that is Russia, China, North Korea. Those are sort of the top state actors. President Trump is really making overtures to President Putin of Russia. I mean, they are evil when it comes to these kinds of attacks, are they not? Does that concern you when a U.S. president is being very magnanimous towards a leader like that? And does it mean anything for the security of maybe our government electronic functions?
Well, look, global tensions are on the rise. We know that. And governments, just like other criminal groups, are always going to use the first and foremost tool in their war chest. And, you know, cyber is just a very practical tool in that war chest. I think we need to be cognizant of that, and I think we need to call it what it is. As networks, you know, whether it's government or financial systems are blurring, I think when we look at this from an international perspective, we need to call it what it is. And it doesn't matter if it's a physical attack or a cyber attack. We still need to consider this an act of either terror or criminal, whether it's physical or cyber.
The cloud has been a boon for business, obviously. Everybody is operating in the cloud. Companies are making a lot of money from their cloud businesses, but it's also somewhat insecure, is it not? You have just struck a partnership with Startup Wiz, and they've been on the show before. I mean, they are just an incredible company that's doing things that a lot of enterprises are signing up for. What will this partnership do, and how is it new?
You know, it comes to show our focus. And our focus at Checkpoint with our Infinity platform is to create a real platform for real security, to simplify the defender side when they secure the hybrid mesh. And this is what the Infinity platform is all about. But a real platform is also an open platform, an open garden architecture. And this is a good example of where we bring the best of breed with what we do in the cloud network security and firewall, and Wiz's capability to come with the best posture management on the cloud, and together to offer a seamless security posture for our customers.
Nadav, I don't envy you, because it feels like you probably have many sleepless nights wondering where the evildoers throughout the web and throughout the cloud are hiding and trying to manipulate. But obviously, you guys are doing something right. I mean, the S&P year-to-date is up 2%. Checkpoint software year-to-date is up 15%. So we'll be watching your tenure as CEO. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Good to see you.